In 2009, Elijah Cross, a 28-year-old mechanic from rural Georgia, was convicted of murdering a local sheriff's son during a failed robbery. The evidence: his fingerprints at the scene, a stolen watch found in his car, a witness testimony from a drug dealer trying to cut a deal desk, claims of innocence. The court found him guilty. He was sentenced to death by lethal injection. No appeal worked. For 14 years, he sat on death row in High Point Correctional Facility, counting the days. But Elijah never gave up. In his cell, he read law books. He filed motions. He wrote to journalists. One, Carla Vega, took interest and started digging. She discovered something the court ignored: the murder weapon had no prints, and the stolen watch had been reported missing before the night of the murder. She published an expose titled, "Is Georgia About to Kill an Innocent Man?" Elijah's execution was scheduled for March 18, 2023, 3 days before. A prison janitor noticed something strange. A vent in the kitchen near cell block D had been unscrewed, then refastened perfectly. At the same time, CCTV footage from that block went dark for 7 minutes. The guards blamed a power surge. But Elijah had a secret ally: a retired prison electrician named Donnie Sharp, who had once done time for wire fraud and now worked maintenance. Donnie believed Elijah was innocent. Quietly, he had disabled key cameras and placed tools inside the walls weeks in advance. On the night of March 17th, at 1:23 a.m., during a storm, Elijah vanished from his locked cell. He'd removed the toilet, slipped into a maintenance shaft, and used a rope of bedsheets to slide into a forgotten utility tunnel. When guards checked on him at 4 a.m., his bed was still sleeping, stuffed with crumpled clothes under the blanket. The alarm sounded at 5:17 a.m. outside the prison walls. A stolen food delivery van was found abandoned near a railway track. 10 miles away, the news broke: death row inmate escapes hours before execution. Some cheered. Others were terrified. Meanwhile, Carla Vega released new evidence. DNA on the murder weapon didn't match Elijah. The key witness had recanted. Security footage placed Elijah across town at the time of the murder. The courts were ready to review his case, but Elijah was missing. Then, 6 days after his escape, a truck driver in Alabama called 911. He'd seen a man who looked like Elijah hiding near an abandoned barn. When authorities arrived, Elijah was unconscious, dehydrated, and injured from a fall. He'd almost made it to freedom. Almost. Elijah was returned to prison, this time under maximum security. But public pressure grew. With overwhelming evidence of wrongful conviction, the governor granted a full pardon 6 months later. Elijah walked out of prison a free man, but he still wore the scars of those 14 years and those 6 days, running for his life. He now works with wrongful conviction charities and speaks across the country. When asked if he regrets escaping, he says, "I didn't escape death row. I just ran to find the truth before time ran out." Give me a text to a voice file